Hello students, in the last video lecture I discussed about the limitation of simplex method and I also discussed when to use two-phase method. So in the last lecture I was going to discuss a problem so that I can tell you in a better way how to apply the two-phase method. We'll start that question in this lecture briefly in a fresh way. We'll start that numerical again here in this lecture. So before proceeding towards that numerical, I'll explain few features of two-phase method that you might be needing while solving the numerical using two-phase method. So first is minimization. So these are the features of two-phase method. So first is minimization type of objective function. Now this two-phase method can be applied, the two-phase method is applied only for those questions. The two-phase method is applied only for those linear programming problem which has minimization type of objective function. So if a problem has maximization type of objective function, we need to convert that maximization problem into minimization problem by changing the signs so that we get minimization type of objective function, and then we can apply the two-phase method to that type of linear programming problem. So first criteria is two-phase method can be applied only to minimization type of objective functions. Second, regarding the constraints, as I have told you in the previous lecture also, if my constraint is less than or equal to type, then we will only add slack variable. If my constraint is greater than or equal to type, we will subtract surplus variable and add artificial variable. And if the constraint is equal to type, then we will only add artificial variable. Now this two-phase method, as the name implies, it consists of two phases, phase 1 and phase 2. So in the phase 1, we'll apply the same simplex method that I've told you in my previous lectures also, how to apply simplex method in any linear programming problem. So we will be using the simplex method for phase 1, but the objective function here will be revised. And then at the end of phase 1, we'll check whether the objective function value is 0 in the optimal table or not. If it is 0, then we'll proceed to phase 2. If it is not 0, then we will conclude that the linear programming problem has no feasible solution. So these were the features of two-phase method. Now let's take an example. Let's take a numerical. I'll solve it using two-phase method, so that you can clearly understand step-wise how to solve it using this method. Now this is a problem, minimization of objective function type, that is minimization z is equal to 10x1 plus 6x2 plus 2x3 subjected to two constraint equations, that is minus x1 plus x2 plus x3 greater than or equal to 1 and 3x1 plus x2 minus x3 greater than or equal to 2, and there are non-negative variables, that is x1, x2, x3 greater than or equal to 0. Now, as I told you that two-phase method can only be applied to those LPPs which have minimization type, and if any LPP has maximization type of objective function, we'll convert that maximization type of objective function into minimization type. Now this linear programming problem already has minimization type of objective function, so we do not need to do anything. We'll just apply the two-phase method. So next, the first step that we're going to do is that we'll convert the inequality constraint equations into the equation form. And as I've told you, in two-phase method, if the inequality constraints are greater than or equal to types, then we will subtract surplus variable and add artificial variable. So we have done the same thing. We have converted those two inequality constraint equations into the equation form by subtracting surplus variable and adding artificial variable. And then this all the variables are non-negative. We have made x1, x2, x3, s1, s2, a1, a2 all greater than or equal to 0. So here s1, s2 are the surplus variables and a1, a2 are the artificial variables. Or we can say s1, s2, a1, a2, they are the basic variables, that is newly introduced variables in the constraint equation. Now since we have introduced these variables in the constraint equation, we need to introduce these variables in the objective function also. So we'll introduce these variables in the objective function with coefficient. The surplus variable will have 0 coefficient and the artificial variable will have the coefficient 1 in the objective function. So my initial objective function was 10x1 plus 6x2 plus 2x3. Now after introducing the surplus variable and artificial variable, my objective function will become 10x1 plus 6x2 plus 2x3 plus 0s1 plus 0s2 plus a1 plus a2. And these were the constant equations. I already told you these were the constant equations. Now next step, we need to proceed to phase 1, but before proceeding to phase 1, we need to revise the objective function. As I have told you that in phase 1 we will apply simplex method but with revised objective function. So for revising the objective function, we will remove all the variables, all the variables like x1, x2, x3, s1, s2, all the previous variables as well as slack or surplus variables. So my revised objective function will only contain artificial variables. So this is my revised objective function. It only has artificial variables and all other variables we have removed. So these were the constant equations. No change in the constant equations. It will remain same. So now we have the whole problem, revised problem. Now we'll apply phase 1, that is initial simplex table, to solve this linear programming problem.